Welcome back to COEW Wrestling. We're on our third match here tonight, and it is time for this man, John Cena, and his tag team partner, Joe Hendry, to have a little bit of a warm-up match ready for when DIY needs to defend their tag team championships against them. And it is John Cena entering first here tonight with our crowd alongside him. This is surreal to say the least. John Cena has been a Hollywood actor. He has been busy almost all the time, and it's been almost impossible every time to get him to come to these shows to be able to wrestle in front of the COEW Wrestling fans. And he made his debut just last week at Bella Fortuna, and immediately having Joe Hendry earn him and Joe Hendry the tag team title shot against #DIY. Now, John Cena is a pretty busy man. We don't know how long he's going to be staying. We don't know how many matches he is going to do, but he is here tonight and he is ready for the biggest fight of his life. John Cena throwing up the arms real quick, getting ready for a never tag team match with Joe Hendry, which we still do not know the name of this team. There's been Jonathan Nation, we've gotten John Hendry, we even got Joe Nation as well being thrown around. There's many different names for these two, but they all come together for a common cause, and that is for the people. John Cena representing hustle, loyalty, and respect, and Joe Hendry represents the belief in the people, and that is what we are here for. And Joe Hendry getting ready, hitting his poses for the cameras behind, and now hitting the pose to turn around at the hard cam. Joe Hendry teaming up with John Cena, getting his first win in COEW Wrestling on his debut, getting a title match guaranteed down the line against DIY. While it's not happening today, it might happen tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. It might happen next week. We don't know. But that title shot is coming. I would think that it might be next week, seeing as DIY is definitely wrestling here tonight in their own warm-up matches for each other respectfully. But who's to say? I don't know. COEW Wrestling Management. Joe Hendry putting his arms up in the air. Everybody waving their hands in the audience for Joe Hendry, former TNA X Division champion or television champion. Both men standing in the ring, getting ready, a little bit calm and collected, and the aerial assassins in Will Ospreay and Ricochet are marching down to the ring. This is the first tag aerial assassins match in a while. Will have variation of success, and Ricochet as well in singles competition. While they both cannot challenge DIY, they are still a formidable tag team unit. That's what these two represent. And disrespectful then by Will Ospreay to John Cena. On the outside there, a little bit of disrespect to them. Joe Hendry not looking impressed by that. And just, like the sign of disrespect from the Billy Goat himself. And John Cena starting this match here tonight. And Ricochet is starting against John Cena. The bell is rung by the referee, and now John Cena quickly with a grapple against Ricochet, trying to make sure that speed game does not happen. The strengths and weaknesses of both teams, John Cena and Joe Hendry definitely have the powerhouse advantage. However, on the contrary, is that Ricochet and also Will Ospreay have the quickness. They have the different styles that they are maybe not be used to as well, fighting against Joe Hendry and John Cena. I would suggest that John Cena and Joe Hendry uses their strength, as they are currently doing, to take down Ricochet and Ospreay, whereas Ospreay and Ricochet need to rely on quickness more, rely on maybe more close quarter tags, and maybe taking more risks, as much as that is as much as you don't want to take too many risks because you will crash and burn. You do want to make sure that you can land those big moves to swing matches into your favor against the likes of John Cena and Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry actually being the legal participant right now is a good idea. Not saying that Joe Hendry is not on the level of John Cena, but if we realistically think about it, John Cena has that wealth of knowledge, that experience in the ring, that can almost counter everyone, and quickly with an overhead like just Frankensteiner. 8 count by the ref. Ricochet might be looking for the count-out win. And by the looks of it, that is what's happening. 9 count there. Ricochet trying to get the count-out win earlier, but Joe Hendry quickly getting in the ring and just muscling this man up into a deadlift power, like just slamming down into the world. And slamming down into the world? Oh, I don't know. Ricochet now taking out John Cena on the outside. Joe Hendry looking to go after Will Ospreay in return. Going after the back of the Billy Goat. Ricochet immediately going straight back after Joe Hendry entering the ring. Joe Hendry throwing Ricochet into the ropes. Quickly doing some over and under strats. Now going after the arm of King Ricochet. Now looking for a deadlift suplex. Nailing it into perfection. Again, using that strength against Ricochet, which is what Joe Hendry needs to do. Doesn't need to try to go into outpace thing. Doesn't need to let Ricochet get some momentum on his side. He just needs to grind him down, and that's all he can do. And like even then, that little gap that we just saw there, that's enough for Ricochet to be able to do the things he does. And again, going after John Cena. I don't know why he has an obsession of going after John Cena, but that is the case. And quickly with a German suplex, landing him on his neck there, before hitting a quickly with a Death Valley driver as his own on the outside. Now going after the arms, looking to drop Joe Hendry neck first on the outside as well. Standing shooting star. A 5 count by the ref, and again it looks like Ricochet trying to go for the count out again here tonight. 7 count. And again, punching John Cena. Ricochet is being a lot more violent to John Cena in this, who has not been legal at all in this fight so far. Apart from like starting the match, he's not done anything wrong. Joe Hendry now going after Will Ospreay. Now both men running at each other, worlds colliding. Joe Hendry getting the better stance out of that. And then going after the arm of Ricochet, trying to dislocate the elbow possibly. 5 count by the ref. Thrown in the ring because of this. Now Will Ospreay finally getting the tag in against Joe Hendry now. Joe Hendry with a quick grapple around the back of Will Ospreay, but Will Ospreay getting out of the way. Going in for a strike there. And a quick, I don't even know what that was. I think that was like a trying to bounce off the ropes there, but Joe Hendry may have caught him a little bit. But Will Ospreay managed to turn that into a kick against Joe Hendry's head. And is now locking in tight against Joe Hendry, landing in the knee strike. Will Ospreay landing as much hard-hitting moves as he possibly can. Going over the ropes here. A quick clothesline. Going in for the cover here now. But only a 1 count. John Cena looking a little bit afraid there for Joe Hendry. Ospreay. Standing in the ring, grabbing all the head, chop to the chest. Going with the legs real quick. Trying to break the knee a little bit there. Grabbing all the head. Backdrop driver onto the canvas. And Ospreay seemingly letting the tag happen. Oh, no. Joe Hendry not really getting the tag there. And, oh, disrespect from Ospreay. Ugh, that's not a good idea. Running into the corner. Ospreay putting Joe Hendry down again with a clothesline springboard attempt. Lifting up Joe Hendry, putting him in that corner. I'm unsure what Ospreay wants out of this. but seemingly just driving his head into the corner. And now looking for that top rope Hurricane Run that we saw before against Jim. And tagging in Ricochet coming in now against John Cena. John Cena looking for a clothesline there, but misses because of the roll out of the way. Inverted like Hurricane Run, or just like a Poison Rana there to John Cena. John Cena on the outside, a little bit dazed. Joe Hendry with a stiff strike of his own to take down Ricochet. Ricochet going back after Cena, but Cena with a crossbody trying to nullify that as much as he possibly can. Going in for a deadlift of his own. John Cena going after Ricochet. I'm not sure how wise it was for Ospreay to tag out now as we're seeing this happen, as Ricochet has been definitely more beaten up. And a quick chokeslam from Joe Hendry, and Ospreay immediately getting into the ring, breaking up the pinfall but also taking down the ref. Oh no, that might be a disqualification, but it wasn't. Just barreling through the ref to break up the pinfall. Throwing it into the corner. Trying to grapple with the head there, but that didn't really work. Thrown into the corner with Ospreay. And now looking for possibly the same move that Ospreay did earlier to Joe Hendry. Ospreay getting tagged back in. Ospreay looking fired up. And is looking possibly for the hidden blade on Joe Hendry. Nailing the back of his head. Going in for the cover. This could be it. John Cena immediately in the ring, breaking up the pinfall, knowing that Joe Hendry would not be able to kick out from the hidden blade. And now the Kawada kicks to the face of Joe Hendry, not helping his case there. And Ospreay landing that killer blow. Then Ricochet get back into this fight. And now what is the plan between Ricochet and like Joe Hendry here? It looks like there might be a Spanish fly off the top rope from the Aerial Assassins, and that was what happened there. And Ospreay with a quick tag into him. Quick kick to the thigh. Looking to nail some big moves. Ducks underneath. German suplex. Bridging over to the other side of the ring. This might be it. And it was it for them. John Cena didn't even try to break up the pin that time. It might have just been easier to call it quits. But Ospreay, as soon as that hidden blade landed to the back of the head of Joe Hendry, it was all they wrote, as Will Ospreay and Ricochet picked up the win here tonight.